Ah, the fresh air of Roblox Riot. How amazing, now isn't it? The toxic nature of the game really makes the game a special experience during the first time absolutely getting gangbanged by some people trying to protect their friends or such. And that would be true, but I don't really know what the game is right now. I used to play the game like 2 months ago, or 3, I'm not exactly sure, because now it reached a point of irrelevancy at the point where even updates wouldn't save the game no more. But it used to be so much different. I remember the old days where I even have footage of. I mean, I can put some on the screen right now if you want to. And look at this. What was this game? This game looks really fun to play. But nowadays it's more like juke around, smash your keyboard 1,000 times a second, and then hope for the best. It really just is that game now. And it's honestly kind of disappointing because the game actually used to be really fun. And in all honesty, all the memories I had were pretty good until I got banned. Well, that's kind of the nature of Roblox Riot. I guess it's part of the experience, getting banned at the end of your Roblox Riot phase. But some people, of course, never quit the game and make alt accounts and continue playing the game, even though there's no real meaning behind that. Why do you make an alt account just to enjoy the game again? I mean, it makes sense. You wanna feel the same way how you felt like a couple months ago when you were in your Riot phase, but honestly, just let it behind. Stop playing Riot. To be fair, it's just not that good of a game anymore. If you look at the old footage that I have over here, it actually used to be much better. You probably don't see much of a difference comparing it side by side, but I can tell you it definitely has competition, which is the old Riot. The old Riot is just better. It's just the OG Riot is literally just a better version of Riot. You can ask any pro player or a player that has a lot of kills what Riot was better, and they will always say the old Riot because the hitboxes for Mace were an absolute garbage. I mean, just looking at the hitboxes as of right now, the hitboxes definitely changed a lot from the old version being fair to the new hitbox being absolutely garbage. Like, I don't even know what the fuck the devs were thinking when making this hitbox. Like, they must have been drunk or something, because no way in heaven a normal human being that was properly functioning made this fucking hitbox. The animation isn't too shabby, I guess, but it's just the hitbox, man. I mean, the old hitbox used to be so much smaller, like twice as small, and they had like 3 different animations which you actually had to coordinate. Like, you actually had to use skill to use the mace. How disgusting and filthy that sounds compared to what it is now. You can go on massive rampages. I've used this weapon after the rework because I haven't played Riot in a while, and I was like, let me help him back on Riot. And then I got banned by some fucking faggot ass moderator that thought I was fucking using an extender or some shit just because I had a ping of 300 bazillion and I was slapping my meat around left and right for some jokes, and then out of a sudden I just got fucking banned. The only thing I see is this goofy anode over here. Yeah, it wasn't really that great, but again, as I said, it's kind of part of the experience. Just getting banned at the end is just part of it. And I'm not gonna return to Riot anytime soon. They fucked up the game completely. I don't know how the fuck they've ruined it even more. But the new map and all that stuff is just, I think they overdone themselves a little bit. Not as in a good way, like overdone themselves like, damn, I didn't expect that. More of a, damn, how the fuck did you fuck up the game even more? The only thing they had to do is fix the goddamn mace box and everything was fine, but they never did that. They never fixed the damage for the mace and absolutely nerfed it to the ground, like I hope it would. But I'm always a huge mace hater. I dislike the concept of the mace, and it used to be really good. I used to love the concept of the mace. It was so skill based. But now it's just retard bashing left and right. Like, I don't really know what the fuck it is all about besides mashing keys, but really, that's just what Riot has been devolved into, which is really sad because, again, it used to be a really fun game, and the hitbox used to be actually good. But as I know, the developers, they're all just a bunch of fucking retards trying to make a game. Of course, the animations look quite nice and all that stuff, but overall, I don't think they have a good idea of game balancing. Maybe they have a good idea of scripting or whatever, but game balancing? Hell no. For example, if you use Bat or something like that, this skill range is basically infinite, which is good, I guess, in one way, but sometimes some things shouldn't be as OP as they are. Like, for example, the mace is absolutely retarded to use, and even dumbasses like me can use it, which is exactly what I'm talking about. This shouldn't be a thing. The mace should be entirely removed if Riot's gonna become a better game. Then again, I would not enjoy Riot anymore because I got fucking banned off it. I'm only gonna play it for this video on an alt account because I'm totally not banned on my main. But to give you a little timeline of what Riot used to be. The game on an old little map, but the map got like changed to 1 septillion times, and honestly, I can't really keep up with the maps no more. The main map that I know was the very, very old one. For Riot players that know this, you know what? Which one I'm talking about? The old classic one, the good one. That's what I used to play on and get huge rampages on. I remember a now long lost friend of mine that it was really fun, and overall I met a lot of cool people in there. But Man, 2023 really ain't the year for Riot now, and I really suggest for anyone that's currently playing Riot to just quit the game. It has run its course, it's over. And really continue playing the game is just like running yourself into fucking insanity, because the devs keep adding more goddamn random garbage and I don't even know what the fuck they're doing anymore. Like, I don't know what they're smoking to make such updates, like changing the map. Even though no one was complaining about the map, I never hear a single soul talk about the map being shit or anything like that. They just changed the map to something else, completely something we've never ever seen before, which I guess is kind of nice. You always get used to the new maps, but it's just so stupid. Like, no one fucking asked for a new map. We asked for balance changes, and that's fucking it. It's so dumb, but oh well. And the moderation team, I don't want to speak on them, to be fair. Even though I'm banned from the game, it's just half of them are like somewhat normal people, I guess, but the other half is just like pedophile femboys or something like that. I'm not really sure. I just hear a lot of rumors going around. It's kind of funny, or just weird, very weird in the bad way. But I mean, Riot's nature, and I don't really know what the fuck they were goddamn thinking when they made the game in the first place. It's some like madness combat inspired game, but to make it like look that serious and all that stuff, like the vibe for the game is a serious vibe. And adding something that's not serious to it is just like adding blood and gore to My Little Pony. It really doesn't make much sense. But I feel like they're trying their hardest, like their absolute goddamn hardest, to make the game like a little bit more silly so that people won't take it that serious. Like, because some people in that game take it so serious to a level that is actually unhealthy and probably causes long-term brain damage or something. Because I've seen motherfuckers in there being like on day and night, that they don't ever leave the game. Every single time I joined them, they were always in. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I don't know if they were taking heroin or cocaine or some shit to keep themselves awake, or fucking meth, but they were definitely on something to keep themselves awake like that. It wasn't some insomnia phase or some shit. It was actual like fucking drugs, just so they could play fucking Roblox Riot. Really pathetic and all, but again, that's the nature of Roblox Riot. It makes you addicted to the game so that you don't go away from it, but at the end of the day, you still quit somehow, because it's not like a phase where you just play less and less. Sure, some people actually do that, like they play less and less Riot and then they stop. But for most people, what I've heard, they play Riot a lot one day and then they quit, and boom, that's their Riot phase. They just move on to something else. It's really weird how people move on from that game. At least for most people that I've heard this from, is it's really just how the Riot phase ends. But also, Riot has turned me into a toxic piece of shit sometimes. If you want to become a toxic motherfucker, I would suggest you play Riot. But if you want to be a normal human being and actually be nice and all that stuff and be functional in the society, then stay away from that, because it literally messes you up. But again, that's all your choice if you want to stay away from that game or not. I'm just warning you about the hazardous nature of Riot and how it literally affects your brain capabilities. But I guess that's just all sort of my theory and whatnot, my experience of Riot, and sort of the timeline of Riot, for me at least. It was fun and all, but it has to stop, and I'm not really exactly sure how you're gonna stop Riot from growing and being whatever the flip is gonna be. I mean, they should have updates our ass that we don't even want. It honestly feels like rape at this point, because what are we supposed to do about this? I mean, you can make Riot mod or something like that. I hear that's a thing. But then again, no one develops that game, because most developers fail in Roblox just because they don't have anyone to develop with. But then this video on a rather critical note, maybe if one of the developers watches this, the game was really good before the 4.0 update, I believe. That's when people on the dev team decided to change the entirety of the mace, and when the game became just not fun. And when the moderators did whatever the fuck they wanted to the community because they just could. No one was fucking stopping them from doing anything. So another thing I guess that got me banned is because I guess it was my decision playing on a 300 ping server. I mean, you know, everyone does them, but for me it was just kind of some bullshit, because I was just playing my own business. I wasn't really that sad about it, because it's fucking Riot. Do I really care? But you know, if I could get unbanned, it would be nice. But there are no appeals, so I don't think necessarily I'm gonna get unbanned, because there are no fucking appeals, because no one gives a shit about the game, not even the developers do. All you gotta do is just somehow bring it back to what it used to be, a good game, and remove the slide mechanic, because that shit is just broken. And oh yeah, sliding, man, I completely forgot about that feature. Sliding is literally just dashing, but bad and good at the same time. The only reason why I say that is because sliding doesn't take any stamina, but dashing does. I guess dashing is the instant transportation way, but man, Slang is still fucking dumb, especially when you play on servers with like high ass pings. They don't react in time because their fucking internet is not fast enough to fucking respond with the damn servers. But yeah, that's kind of my experience with Riot. And if you have any experiences or if you ever played Riot, then let me know in the comment section below. I really would like to hear what you think of Riot in total, if you know anything about Riot, or what your experience with Riot. Because for me, Riot means something special in my heart, but I don't know what exactly it means. Maybe just a toxic phase of my life, who knows. But it was a lot of fun, until now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.